So we're here with one of my favorite VCs, Mitch Kertzman. Mitch, how's it going?
It's going great, Kara.
Good. What are the big trends in VC investing right now?
Well, we are mostly enterprise infrastructure investors. So in our world, it's software as a service, virtualization, trends like that.
Really dull stuff.
Yeah, Enterprise 2.0, the consumerization of the enterprise software business.
Now that hasn't gotten a lot of attention of late, correct?
It has not gotten a lot of attention.
And why is that?
Largely because it's still early on in that regard. But, IT people, CIOs, who would laugh at you if you said Web 2.0 a year ago, are now asking about it and looking to bring that kind of technology into the enterprise.
Right.
So,
a lot of it's very crude, though, still. People still are using software as software, not software as service kind of thing.
Yeah, but software as a service, although it has a small part of the enterprise, with the exception of prominent companies like Salesforce.com, software as a service is the future, we think, of enterprise software.
And you think enterprise companies are sort of embracing that?
Yes, they are. They are embracing it. There are some things that work well as a service, others that don't. So, for example, you wouldn't want to buy your enterprise firewall as a service because that has to be sort of in the internal infrastructure.
Sure.
But for applications and application development, we have a company in our portfolio that is enabling full relational databases on the Amazon S3 and EC2 platform.
And then you have another one called Slide Rocket, is that right?
Slide Rocket, which is doing presentation management, delivery, collaboration as a service. www.sliderocket.com.
Thank you, Mitch. Thanks, Mitch.
Thank you.
And eventually, so you put
I'm making a living here.
Okay,
Kara.
of course, that's what you have to do, Mitch. Whatever you have to do to sort of, prostitute yourself out. It's no problem for me. Now,
no problem for me
you're going
either.
up against sort of the software companies like Microsoft in that regard. And how do you look at that competition?
Well, we think that it's very difficult for the companies with the business models like a Microsoft to move their software to an on-demand platform. It disturbs the revenue model. But even if they took a product like a PowerPoint, for example, and put it on the web, then which is a competitor to Slide Rocket, then all you have is an inferior piece of presentation software delivered as a service.
Did you just insult Microsoft?
My view is that. Pardon me?
Did you just insult Microsoft, Mitch Kertzman?
I didn't insult Microsoft. I only insulted PowerPoint.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's totally different.
All right, excellent. So we'll go ahead, continue.
And if you're going to succeed in software as a service, you can't just take the same old software and put it on the web as a service. You've got to make it better than the software that people were buying before, and you've got to take advantage of the fact that it's a service. So, for example, a Slide Rocket integrates with Salesforce.com. That's something that's easy to do when it's delivered as a service, hard to do with behind the firewall software or desktop software.
Now, in other areas, the big hype has been around consumer products, widgets, and things like that. You're in WidgetBox and some other things. But how do you look at the hype? You've been around a long time and around the block, as I like to say.
Thank you for mentioning
No
that.
problem. What do you see as the biggest hype situation right now in the VC investing world?
Well, you can look at sort of where valuations are. So anytime you see a headline with a huge valuation, and there's obviously the biggest one in the widget world was Slide. The rumors are that RockU is out there shopping for a big valuation.
Right.
Those will have to be extremely large companies to justify the valuation. Now, maybe they will get there, but I think that right now some of the valuations and the monetization ability and strategy seem to be disjointed. But that wouldn't be the first time.
Very nice. I say non-existent, but you say disjointed. You say tomato, I say tomato.
On the other hand, you look at something like a YouTube, which as an independent company never really succeeded in a monetization strategy, but was worth a great deal of money and has been a very successful company under Google.
What's the newest, biggest trend in VC investing right now?
I don't know that there's a single trend that you can point to. We think cloud computing is big. That's sort of something a little different from software as a service. It's the whole platform in the cloud. So cloud and utility computing are something that I think we're in the early stages of.
Excellent. And your opinion of the Microsoft Yahoo situation? What's your prediction?
My prediction is that Microsoft will eventually own Yahoo. But I don't have any inside information. Kara, you have all the inside information.
Well, I know that, but you can rely on me for that. But I'm just curious, how will that change the game?
Well, I think it's, in a sense, a statement by Microsoft that if they go on the course that they're going on their own, that they probably are not going to be able to be an effective competitor to Google. I think that's an interesting statement in itself. I think it's a good development from Microsoft that it has a realistic view of what it does well and what it doesn't do well. And I think it's a difficult combination. I mean, combining two companies that large and with cultures that are pretty different is really challenging.
Sure, absolutely.
But I think it may be Microsoft's best shot.
Excellent. And last question, very briefly, recession? Are you worried about it?
Yes. Yes, I am. I think that there are more difficult times to come.
Excellent. As usual, sunny and bright. Thanks, Mitch Kertzman.
Thank you.